I want to talk about seriously considering retiring by 63, maybe. I know the rule of thumb is you retire at 67 when you can get all of your retirement. You get a little bit more, but if you have some more funds saved, I think it's something to consider, especially right now. We're looking at this administration, which is more than likely going to come after your SSI, your Social Security income, so they can actually justify giving tax breaks to the trillionaire companies, billionaire companies, so they can say, oh well, uh, we're going to cover the deficit by taking funds from those of us who have worked all of our lives, especially some of us who have worked and didn't really save a whole lot because it really wasn't an issue. And next thing you know, you're hitting your mid 50s and your 60s, and like, you know what? Do I really want to work hard all my life or do? So it's something to consider. There's opportunities, especially if you choose to plan B, which is plan bye bye, go to another country. There's also things to consideration. I always make the joke that I want to retire for health reasons. What are those reasons? I'm healthy. I think that's a good enough reason right there to retire. So retire when you're healthy. The countries with with longevity, number one is actually Hong Kong, China. Number two, Japan, which is a country that I like a lot, and you're going to probably see some more videos about my trips and hanging out in Japan. And their life expectancy for men is about 81 years old, 81 years old. That's for men. Now, okay, if Hong Kong is number one, Japan is number two, where does that put the good old United States of America? Well, we come in at, wait for it, wait for it, 48, 48, 48. We're 48th. Panama, interesting enough, Panama is 47. And right below them is Estonia. They're at 49. Now, the age limit for men in the United States is 77. So let's say you work all the way to your 67, then maybe you got 10 more years. Now, granted, that means if you have been healthy, the age where most people start to decline is, well, 30, you start to lose mass, and then when you get to 60, it starts to go even more. I guess unless you have those genes where you can just, ta-da, you're Superman. You're one of those old guys who still got a six pack and not a keg like myself. Now, the age of cognitive decline is can start in your 50s. You start forgetting stuff, and you start to lose your sense of smell. You walk slower. You start to remember fewer things. Actually, sometimes that can be a good thing. I don't know you, but these are things to consider. And again, that takes me back to retiring for health reasons. Why? Because you're healthy. You want to be able to go out and take those trips, take that cruise, take some of those trips that I'm showing you on the channel, and be able to do it somewhat healthy. Eat what you want, and your bones are gonna ache, or your body's gonna ache, but you can do it in stride. Also, time with family. Things to consider: spending time with your family. If you have grandchildren, spend time with them. If you still have parents, it means your parents are probably aging, and you might want to be there to help take care of them. Um, just remember, it's still a personal decision. It takes a lot of thought. Now, mainly, I guess I'm saying this because I know people personally who have worked a lot of years and they haven't touched their SSI, and they're just living on their 401k. Now, that's okay, or savings. That's okay if you've done that, but there are a lot of people. Like, I don't know if I shared this story. I was in a grocery store and there was a lady who was putting Kens on the bottom shelf, and I looked down there and I was like, wow. She goes, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm 66 years old. And I want to say, yeah, you shouldn't. Now, the thing of it is, she might have not saved anything for retirement, and her Social Security income is not going to be that much. I don't know, $1,500 to $1,800 a month. Now, in those cases, you have to consider your options. You really, really need to educate yourself and possibly go for plan B, plan B, learn how to live somewhere else, say bye bye to this country. But that said, I am still on the journey, yeah, to say goodbye to work. Now, that means something because I'm going to probably wind up leaving this country. That's one of the things we're talking about. That's one of the things to consider, retiring for health reasons.